This is Debbie, and welcome to my offbeat journey to becoming a full-time location-independent freelancer. I'll be sharing my tips and tricks as well as the realities of this offbeat lifestyle. Hey Offbeat family, thank you for joining me for another episode of My Offbeat Journey to becoming a full-time freelance podcaster, and it has definitely been a lot of ups and downs. So this week I am going to talk about reasons why letting go of fear has been giving me abundance. Do you guys ever notice that the more you fear something, the worse it actually becomes, the more nervous you get, and oftentimes it can lead to the thing that you don't want to happen the most? That has been happening to me the last few years here and there whenever I feared something and it stopped me from doing whatever it was that I really wanted to do. This year has honestly been one of the best and worst times in my life. The best because I'm actually creating income from my podcast and doing something that I really love. I did not think that this would ever happen when I started the podcast. I thought it was just going to be a pipe dream, and everyone I spoke to who started a podcast said it would take years to actually build it up to create steady income from it. And fortunately, I was able to do that, and I'm able to do that, and I'm so excited about that. But it's also been the worst because one of the most important relationships in my life has ended, and the feeling is still raw, so I won't get into it right now. Maybe later when the pain is not as deep and I'll be able to share it without ugly crying while I'm talking to you guys. So that's definitely something that I will talk to you later on. You know, there's so many things about experiencing loss that's really hurtful, and it's pain that's very raw and deep that it takes a long time to get over. But one of the things that I've learned from it, and one of the best lessons I've learned since I've been doing a lot of soul searching these last few weeks, is I have experienced failure and defeat because of the fears that I had. I am trying to make it my mission to let go of these fears and truly live life without questioning my instincts and wants. Because every time I question myself, I end up going into the wrong direction, or when I do things out of desperation. And I never want to do that again. I don't want to do things out of desperation. I want to do things because it's something that I truly want to do, and not because I'm desperate or not because I'm afraid to do something. And since I've been doing that, there's been a lot of revelations in my head and so many changes in my life. And one of that obviously is going forward with being location independent, with being a podcaster, creating income from this. And the first fear that I've always had in my life is the fear of money. Always being afraid that I'm never going to make enough money, so I shouldn't do this. The fear of making money was huge. And in the last few weeks that I've let go of that, in a matter of a month and a half, I actually gained 2 or 3 contracts that is worth almost $15,000 from the podcast. And one of the biggest reasons is I started to talk to people in my industry, and not just in the podcasting industry, but in the blogging industry, to people who actually knew what they were doing. And the 2 people that I came across, and I actually interviewed them on the podcast, is Jacob Fu and Esther Jolie, and they are the founders of localadventure.com. And recently, Jacob and Esther, they debuted their e-course and how to create income from your blog, and also how to negotiate with brands. So obviously, I don't technically have a blog. I mean, I have a website, but it's not a blog. But one thing that I realized is it doesn't matter what niche you are, negotiating and getting contracts from sponsors is still the same, whatever industry you're in. Negotiation, it has definitely been the key to my success, and that's why I've been able to create income from my podcast. And within the span of a month and a half, I gained over $10,000 of income just from that. And I would say that because of me letting go of my fear, it allowed me to ask questions, to be more curious, to question other people's fears. Because when I talk to other podcasters, they also had fears about income and creating money from this and making this sustainable. And I made it my own. And that was one of the biggest reasons that it made me feel so afraid of going into this full time. But when I let go of that and started speaking to people who actually were successful, my whole world turned around, and now I'm making income. It's steady. I'm able to leave my 9 to 5. And I would definitely say that one of the biggest reasons why I was able to do that is because of people like Jacob and Esther. And I'm so excited every time I see people and I talk to them and they're worried about creating income from their blog or their podcast or whatever it is. I always tell them to talk to Jacob and take his e-course, because it has changed my life and the way that I have really looked at income and making it through something that I really love. So if you guys want to learn more about it, and if you want to get the e-course, you can visit localadventure.com/offbeat, and Jacob is going to give you $100 off if you use Offbeat 100. So make sure you take advantage of that. And I usually don't talk about things like this, but I have to say that it completely changed my life. And I know that it will do the same thing for you. So definitely go there, check out his e-course. It's changed my life. That's how I've been able to leave my 9 to 5 because of this. And I'm continually creating income from it. And the next thing that really has stopped me from doing a lot of things because of the fears that I had is the fear of people taking your ideas. When you're talking to people and you have this great idea, you're automatically thinking, hold on, wait, if I tell these people my idea or this person my idea, is he or she going to be taking it and running away with it and then making money from this because they're going to steal all of these things? And you know what? Most people won't because people are unfortunately lazy, or they just don't care enough, or they're not going to be taking that idea and running with it. I mean, in some cases it has happened, but it's very rare. That's why I'm very much big into mastermind groups where you actually share ideas and you get feedback from people. And once I let go of that fear of there's never enough for everybody, that's why I shouldn't tell people my ideas, I started to get the abundance type of mentality where there's enough for everybody. And if I help you, you're going to help me out, which means we're going to help one another out and we're going to succeed much more faster. So letting go of the fear of people taking my ideas and there's not enough to go around for everybody has also helped me create more income for myself and also create better content for my podcast, social media, the website, because of the fact that I've been giving feedback and I've also been getting feedback that has been so crucial to the success of the podcast. Another thing that I've been so fearful about is the fear of leaving my 9 to 5. And again, it comes back to, where am I going to get the income? Where am I going to make money from this? And once I let go of that, the money came. The abundance just kept coming. And even my job, I've been really fortunate that my job is pretty incredible. And they even told me once I told them, listen, I'm leaving by the end of this year. And they said to me, listen, we totally support you. Whatever it is that you decide, we want you to be happy and we want you to pursue your dreams. And if anything ever happens, you are welcome with open arms to come back to us. I was so afraid to tell my job that I was leaving, and once I just let it out, I got this beautiful and incredible response from them. So again, letting go of my fear just made me realize how people really and truly want to see you happy. They don't want you to be in a place where you're unhappy. If you're around other people that don't want to see you happy, then you have to let go of that too. But for the most part, most people really want to see you do well in your life. I had to see, I saw that in person and I saw their reaction and people were truly happy for me. So that made me even more happier and excited with what's about to come. And I think this next fear is what most of us are fearful of. It's the fear of failure. We don't want to go into something because we're afraid we're gonna fail and it's going to flop and we're not gonna make income and we're gonna have to go back to our day job. And you know what? Yeah, it could happen. It's happened to me 3 or 4 times. I was a freelancer before. I didn't know what I wanted, so I just kept trying new things. First, it was because it was something that I was passionate about, but I didn't really know how to create income from it. All of the stuff that I did after that was just to create money. And of course, if there was no passion for it, I wasn't going to be interested, so that didn't stick. And this podcast, really, I'm going beyond just thinking about what I wanted and putting in the time and effort to really help other people. So once I combined everything, my passion, my talents, and helping other people, going beyond me as an individual to helping people, it became the thing that really clicked. And once I let go of that fear of failure and just going for what I wanted and what I really loved, what I was passionate about, what I was talented in, and really putting them all together, the success in the business came and it became an easy transition. And the failure, yeah, there's still failures here and there, but it makes me learn more about what I need to do better with my business and as an individual and how I can grow as a person as well. The last thing that I've been so afraid of, and this has happened to me for a really long time, is the fear of what other people's opinions are. And because of this, it stopped me from doing so many different things in my life because I didn't want to do something that I thought would embarrass me in front of other people, or somebody didn't like me, so I'm not going to do this. Honestly, right now, I do care about other people, but I'm not going to stop myself from doing something just because you think that I shouldn't do it. I need to learn and I need to grow on my own as an individual, and I respect other people's opinions, but it's not necessarily the opinion that I share, and I'm not going to let that stop me anymore from doing something that I truly want to do with my life. And that light bulb went on and everything again clicked. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of fears inside of me that still continues to deter me from doing certain things in my life, but I'm trying to let go of that. And again, it's been my mission to really let go of certain fears. Obviously, it's not going to be fear of doing dangerous things. Yeah, we should be fearful of certain things that are dangerous to us and to other people. I'm not telling you to do that, but things that are stopping you from growing, things that are stopping you from doing what it is with your life, and things that will stop you from really living a life you truly want to live is something that you need to let go of, because once you do that, everything will come into place and it'll be the new you. It'll be a new book. It's not even a new chapter. It's going to be a whole new experience. It's going to be a whole new life that you're experiencing that you didn't know even existed before. So I hope you join me in this journey of letting go of fear in order to accept more abundance in our life. I hope you do this with me and let me know what's happened once you let go of that fear. I really want to hear your stories of how you were able to let go of fear and accept more abundance. I am really excited again to share this journey with you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode of My Offbeat Journey. If you want to learn more about Jacob Fu and Esther Jolie's incredible e-course that has helped me create income from my podcast, you can visit localadventurer.com nbsp.com/offbeat and use the code offbeat100 to get $100 off. Hey Offbeat family, I really appreciate you listening to this episode. I would love to hear more from you and what you think of the podcast. Suggestions on guests, topics we can discuss, or maybe you just want to be friends. Why don't we chat some more on Facebook at The OB Life or send me a message at hello@theoffbeatlife.com. I can't wait to hear from you.